control.
What is going on, guys, and welcome to a new video. And today this is the highlight video of my AOR F1 debut, which I never really thought I'd be saying. I never really thought I'd get into AOR F1, but I have, and I'm driving the banana car, or the Renault, and I'm teammates with Langman17, one of my arch rivals of League Racing. If you didn't know, we've battled for a couple of championships on the last game. I won both of them, don't tell him I said that. But anyway, this is my qualifying lap. This isn't my final run, I don't think, but so far the first sector's looking pretty good actually. This is the best first sector I've done in this session so far, and we're 2.5 tenths up. Missed the apex of that corner, get the back, well, the back end's a bit loose there, and we're nearly 2 tenths up going into turn 9. Missed the apex slightly, but we got a horrid exit out of there, and we're just going to lose a bit of time going up to the left right of 11 and 12, and we pretty much nailed this corner 11, but 12 we go a little too wide onto the curb, and that is the lap over and done with. It's invalidated, but there's only a minute left, so if I didn't add extra fuel I would have been screwed right now, but I did actually add extra fuel because I thought I would mess it up or something, so we backed off a little bit, and we're going to start the lap now, and I will commentate over this lap just to add some reference. So nice and quick into turn 1, braking the 100 metre board. Take turn 1 beautifully. Probably could have got on the power a little bit earlier than we did, but it's pretty much nailed there. Probably a little bit of time to find. And here, probably could have gone to 3rd gear, get a bit better turn in, but we just left it in 4th to make the car a bit more stable. Go through a fast right-hander, 7th gear, and this corner I really do like in this game. It's pretty hard to nail, and we have pretty much nailed it there. And we're gaining time all the way up until 9 and 10 again. Braking hard. Missed the apex going to 3rd gear. That could cost us, but going to 3rd gear gave me a good exit. But there's still time on the cards to find there. And now 11 and 12. The corners that pretty much screwed me the last time. Slightly missed the apex of 11, but 12 I've absolutely nailed there. And we're over 5 tenths off from our time, nearly 6 tenths. So braking hard into turn 13, short shifting to get a good exit, still get a pretty slippery exit. This corner's a nice one too, pretty hard to get wrong, pretty hard to get right even, and then this one is a really understeery corner along with the last corner, turn 16. Will it be enough to get anywhere near the front of the grid? Top 10 if we're lucky, and I think that's P5, which at the time I couldn't believe, if I'm honest. I was in front of Limitless and Lee, which I was pretty shocked with, if I'm honest. Didn't expect. We're still half a second off the flying fin and pole, but he was 3 tenths quicker than anyone else. But I was just really happy that I actually didn't bottle it, and knowing that there's still time to find in that lap, that I was P5, so I'm pretty happy with that. But now, this is the down point. As you can see on the screen, it is a wet race, which is pretty unfortunate, because I did a little bit of practice in the rain, not much at all, but I sort of knew to take it cautious into the first couple of laps, just slowly build up my pace. I'm just double checking the setup here again, and we're going to go into the race, a couple of seconds left. We've got 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And away we go for my AOR F1 debut. Get an okay-ish start, but as you can see here we get stuck behind Surprisema, which stops us making any inroads, and we're actually pushed off the track by Taylor the Vole. I'm not 100% sure that was his fault, and the Bamley's gone off as well. So he absolutely dive bombed turn 1 and he's gone off, so we've got another position back. And we're just taking it cautiously at the start, and we're going to have a little battle here, VBR Raikkonen. But as I was saying, I don't don't want to blame it on Taylor because I knew I was lagging, which you can see in a second. I was having a bit of game freezing, which is unfortunate. So I really don't know. I don't think he did it on deliberately because I've raced him before and he's not like that. But there's no need to investigate it. And here, you can see Raikkonen going quite slowly, so I go to the inside. And then he just skips forward, and now I've got a car on the outside, and that is lag, me lagging backwards, getting game freezes or whatever. And now ESR Stone's got past us, and then we've got Bamley on our inside. God, this is a mouthful. And I just don't really want to battle anyone, knowing that I'm lagging, because I don't want to ruin my own race or anyone else's. So I'm just taking it cautiously. Got a better run than Lee, but I'm not going to make a move here, as you see me backing off. And we're just going to stick behind these guys now, learn at what they're doing and their mistakes and not do them. But you can see Lee going backwards and forwards a bit on our screen. That's the... I don't really know what happened. My internet just sort of died. Now we've got Martin diving up our inside. As I said again, I'm not going to fight it because these are top guys and I don't want to be that guy who just ruins their race like on the first lap. But anyway, I think we're going to try and actually defend the next couple of positions properly. So because we can't really lose much more ground, otherwise we're going to be too far back. And right now I was not as nervous at the start, but I was still really nervous. So as you can maybe expect, if you're going to your first ever league race in the probably the best league on this game, which is AOR. And we actually go wide here, which costs us quite a bit, but luckily Matiz behind us can't really make any inroads. Skipping on to lap 3, we're still with Martin and Stone. And yeah, so Matiz actually dives down the inside there. I thought we were going to make a mistake. But Evo in front of us, or Matiz is still on our outside actually, Evo in front of us I believe had damage. So he's going a bit slowly and I just let Matiz go because I don't really want, I know he's quicker than me anyway. I don't really want to fight too much and lose possible wings, wheels, whatever. I just want to make it to the end of this stage. So I've just seen Evo going pretty slowly, so I'm pretty sure I know I can make a position on him. Because Langman, who was in my party at this time, who lags out in a couple of... he lags out pretty soon. He told me that apparently he saw damage because he was watching the stream at the time. And then, that's the reason why I wasn't defending and battling as much. Because you saw that lag and then Evo pits. And that lag, honestly, just... after that happened, I knew I had to take it cautiously. And we're still on the outside of Matiz, going into turn 1. Brake a bit early, doesn't leave us. It was pretty fair, to be fair, what he did, but no chance of a switch back. And now we're just going to try and stay with him as much as possible. Braking early for this corner, not to hit him, and then we still go a bit wide actually. Moving on to lap 8, I'm still caught up. Well, my teammate's lagged out by this time in the party. He was having connection issues as well. He lagged out the lobby before it even started, but now I'm all on my own. No updates on what's happening or anything, so this is full focus time. And you can see Martin's a little bit in front of us now, not too much. But here we lock the front left, touch the grass slightly, and that lost us up to half a second, I'd like to say. And ever since then I just lost the momentum and the grip in the tyre just started to slowly go away. You can see we're 6/10 off our best already and we're not even halfway around the lap. And right now I'm checking the tyre status, and Jeff says that the wets might not be the tyre to be with right now. And I reckon Martin might have done that as well, because you'll see in a second what he does, which is, I wouldn't have done this earlier at all. He actually goes into the pits. Yes, that is Martin in the pits. I don't know if he had damage or he's just trying to do a bold strategy. No one else pitted because the wets were still working pretty fine. And I was pretty convinced that the Inters wouldn't make it to the end from here. So I just stayed out like everyone else did. And I don't really understand why Martin did that, if I'm honest. We've got VBR Raikkonen's actually lagged out of the lobby, so that'll give us a free position. And as you can see, we have like about a 10-second gap to the car behind, which is Jason 97 F1. Anyway, so yeah, moving on to lap 13, we've sort of lost it with Matiz, and you can see behind us Isar Stone is actually on the Inters. He's just pitted, and so is Taylor, who's also pitted for the Inters. So they've nailed it so far, but as soon as I get this message, teammate is in the pits, I know I can get my teammate back in the party. So right now, not at this exact moment, but the next straight-ish bit, I'm on my Xbox app on my computer, because that's how I wasn't talking. I was on my Xbox app, starting a new party up, inviting him, or just I left it open and invited him once, and because he was in the pits, he could actually answer the, accept the invite, and I can finally talk to him again, because if you've tried racing a proper race on your own, it's tough. With an extra person there, your teammate, who gives you a lot of info of how the car's working, it just helps a ton. And after turn 12 right here, he actually joins back, and instantly I'm asking him about the Inters, are they worth going on, because he just pitted, of course, and he told me they were working pretty damn well. So that's what I'm going to do, just preparing myself to pit this lap, and I was making sure I hadn't gone on to, I was going to go on to the Inters, because I couldn't afford to mess up the strategy or anything like that. Confirming with Jeff we're going to box and take it quite cautiously into the pits and not spinning the wheels. So you actually go, if you spin the wheels with the limiter on, you can still speed into the pits because you're spinning the wheels, so it makes the momentum, brings you over the limiter. But anyway, we're hoping for a good pit stop using the little cheaty spam, the gear shift thing, clutch thing, so we get a good pit stop, which we do. 2.8, but it was more about the exit ready I was trying to get. And we've actually jumped Martin, so his strategy has not worked out at all. Him being the quicker driver out of us both, and him pitting the undercut, just hasn't worked at all. But as I'm saying that, I've gone wide, and he's actually got me back with the momentum. And with me with the cold tyres, just had no chance. So he's gone a bit wide there, and we're going to try and stick with him from now on until the end, because I know his tyres are going to wear out. And he's had a pretty sloppy exit there, and this moment here, where I'm right behind him, he just gave me a load of confidence in myself, which may sound a bit egotistical, or whatever you call it, but it really did. So I was pretty confident now that I could maybe stick with Martin, and then get him later. At this stage, I was just trying to prepare to tyres, and you saw then that lag. Martin lagged back and then lagged back forward again. And again, I don't know what's happening with my internet, it just sort of died. So after that, I just didn't really try to get too close to him, so I broke a bit earlier than usual. And because of that, he sort of started to pull away, which you'll see in a bit, and I just lost it completely. I just completely lost all focus and just lost the hope of trying to get back in front of him, because he was just pulling away. 2 laps later, the gap is 2.7 seconds, and I get my first warning of the race, which just adds up. It just is really demoralising, knowing that you're pushing as hard as you can, and the guy in front's pulling away, and you get a warning. So that wasn't at all confidence boosting. But then a couple of laps later, well, I say a couple of laps, 6 whole laps later, we start to catch him again. So what's the gap? 1.7. we caught a second in 6 laps, and the gap did go up again, even to over 3 seconds. So we've actually caught nearly 2 seconds worth of time. But I think we're gonna stay on board with this lap. And you can see in the braking zone how much closer we're getting to him now. His tyres are really struggling. And this is our chance to get extra points. Like, we had to put the pressure on now. so we had to do the best sectors we can to show him that we're quicker. And look, 4 tenths in one sector. That's what I'm talking about. We're doing a PB in sector 1, and that's just going to add up on his shoulders, the pressure, to hopefully make him go into a mistake. And look, you can see corner by corner we are visually getting closer and closer to Tyrrell Martin, who is a top driver, like probably the best in AOR, well, one of the best, if not the best. And we're still up on our time, and you can see he just lagged again. So still we're having the connection issues. 5 laps to go though, so if we're going to make a move on him, it's going to have to be a calculated one, and we're going to have to make him do a mistake or something, because we just can't get past with the possibility of lag. But then he suddenly goes into the pits, which honestly, that was just the greatest feeling of the race, knowing that I wouldn't have to risk losing a wing trying to get past him. And now I was just going to, well, the plan was to just cruise to the end, but on this lap I was actually pushing quite hard to see if I can improve. I was 2 tenths off my time, and going to this corner there, and I just, yellow flag, little distractions like that. Don't really want to blame it on the distractions, but I just lost focus and got the penalty. But it should be fine anyway, because we've got a 14-second gap to Stu behind us, and we're going to lap VBR Raikkonen, who unfortunately lagged out earlier. Keeping it in 3rd gear, trying to rev out the engine there. I don't really know what I was doing there, just trying to get not a lot of wheel spin at all. Also, sorry if I'm stuttering in this video, like, I don't really have anything planned out or anything, I'm just going with the flow, I think they call it. But anyway, this is it. We're starting, well, we're coming to the end of the penultimate lap, and we're starting the final lap of the AOR F1 Season 14 Round 1 race at Australia. So take it nice and easy into turn 1, keep it in 5th, minimise traction, minimise wheel spin. And at this moment, we had multiple people in the party now, because Langman unfortunately retired due to his team not fixing his wing. So yeah, he just decided to retire because there was no chance with him, because he was just losing time, and then he'd lose more time in the pits and not being able to make that up again. And me weaving the wheel there, it's just an indication that I was pretty happy. I was happy at the time. I was like, I can do this. I knew I could do it at that time. And at the end, you can see I'm pretty happy. Like, just to get into AOR F1, I was super happy with. But to first race, finish in the points, that was something else, and I was so happy, if I'm honest. So we've got 15 seconds to the car behind who is NOR Evo, who did have that damage at the start that I pointed out. We're just taking it easy now, put it in lean, don't make any mistakes. And we're a bit wide there, but it should be fine. 16-second gap. And Limitless, I was pretty surprised Limitless won, if I'm honest, because he started behind us, so I didn't know what his pace was like. We've actually gone wide there, but that won't affect us at all, will it? We're coming around the last couple of corners now, or the last corner even, to get points, P9 in my first AOR race.
I'm moving too far. Get to glass. Looking at a shooting star. Got more than a couple of people going mad. I swear they're rooting hard. Tell them I'd be big in the game like she went and got them breast implants. I said I'm moving too fast. Didn't even get a glance. I'm ready to eat up track like I'm seated in a restaurant. If you had swag like mine, you know it's best to flaunt.